Hey everybody, welcome into Sports Live in the 215. I'm your host, Connor Okuda, and today we will discuss the Eagles Week 10 matchup with, or Week 11 matchup with the Washington Commanders. This is round one against the Commanders, and it will be at the at Lincoln Financial Field. So this should be a good one. With that being said, let's get into it. Um, the the first thing you really notice when it comes to the Commanders is man can Jaden Daniels really play the quarterback position and play it well. I mean, he is already over 2,000 passing yards in I want to say 10 games. So that like he's been throwing the football really well, and he's only been sacked 20 times in 10 games. And if you average it out, that's just 2 sacks a game. So he's been he's done a really good job of kind of keeping his team out of negative plays, and that's not something you see all too often from a rookie quarterback. There's a reason why Jaden Daniels is the odds on favorite to win the offensive rookie of the year. Um, and he really kind of has he has this offense, this air raid offense of Cliff Kingsbury and Washington moving in the right direction. He's been able to help that offense survive like some offensive line injuries. Both both of the Commanders' starting tackles are out. Um, they're projected to be out this week, so look for the Eagles' defensive line to be to be to be the force we've we've become accustomed to over the past 7 or 8 years. Um, another 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 big matchup for the Eagles will be Washington's star wide receiver Terry McLaurin against the Eagles' rookie sensation at cornerback Quinyon Mitchell. In the air raid offense, Washington runs. The receivers don't move sides of the field all too often. So Scary Terry, as Commanders fans are known to call him, will stay on the offense's right side, which is the side that Quinyon Mitchell normally mans. So that's going to be a fun matchup to watch all night. That there's going to be some good physical play, and when the play ends up down the field, I really it's going to be really hard. it's going to be really hard to tell who would have the advantage, because Quinion, if you watched his tape in college, he was great covering um, at covering fast receivers, especially on deep routes. He he can run step for step with with the with some of the best guys in the National Football League. So that's gonna be a really fun matchup to watch. Um, an, an another one it, another big matchup in this game is gonna be Dante Fowler against Lane Johnson. But both these guys were and are um, two of the premier players at their position. So both both Dante and Lane will look to will look to um, win the quote unquote boxing match every all throughout the night. I said Lane and Michael Parsons would be a heavyweight fight. This will be another heavyweight fight for both Lane Johnson and Jordan Mailata. So it should be a really fun matchup, and I'm I'm certainly excited for it. Um, one one spot where I believe the Eagles have the advantage is rushing defense. Washington is 15th in the NFL in rushing yards allowed, and the Eagles have the number. I want to say the number 4 rushing offense in the NFL. It actually, let me check that. Washington has the number 11 ranked rush defense in the NFL, whereas Eagles running back Saquon Barkley ranks second in the NFL and first in the NFC in rushing yards. So if I'm the Eagles and Kellen Moore, I run the football down their throats until they prove they can stop it. The hold on. One another area the Eagles will need to capitalize on is when they go on long methodical drives. They need to make sure they capitalize, because Washington is able to strike quickly with the best of them, and that air raid offense is known for being able to score the ball on, or not score the ball, but put the ball in the end zone on 1 to like 3 or 4 play drives. So the Eagles will need to capitalize when they have these 10, 11 minute drives they cannot settle for field goals. They have to put the ball in the end zone and really put pressure on the young quarterback and young play caller for Washington to make them feel like they have to score on every possession because they will not get many of them. And if the Eagles can do that, they will have they'll have a great chance to win this ball game and um a great chance to win this ball game. So look for the Eagles to really just establish Saquon Barkley and really all of their running backs, and look for the offensive line, especially with Jordan Mailata back, to really establish solid running lanes for Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts to run through. Another matchup I'm really looking forward to, and this is just potential because Marshawn Lattimore, who just was acquired by the Commanders last week, was injured. So this matchup is purely hypothetical. But if it happens, I'm really excited to see it. AJ Brown against Devontae Smith, or not? What am I saying? AJ Brown against Marshawn Lattimore. Oh my God! AJ Brown against Devontae Smith. Get a grip, Connor. Jeez. I'm sorry. I apologize. That was terrible by me. You all can unsubscribe to the podcast. I'm kidding. Please don't do that. This is my livelihood. No, I'm kidding. But yeah. AJ Brown against Marshawn Lattimore. Eagles fans will remember how badly AJ torched now second-year corner Emmanuel Forbes in their Week 4 matchup last season. Yeah, he I think he had something like 140 yards and receptions, and he also had two touchdowns. So it's not surprising that Washington got a premier shutdown corner ahead of this matchup with Arthur Juan Brown and the Eagles offense. So if Marshawn Lattimore does play and he follows AJ Brown, which why wouldn't he? He's Marshawn Lattimore, and AJ Brown is one of the best receivers in the NFL. A big key for the Eagles is Devontae, Dallas, and Jahan Dotson. Are they going to be able to kind of replace the production of AJ Brown just for this one night? For one night, can all three of them come up large, as Mark Zumoff used to say when he was covering the Sixers? And can all three of them pull a 2002 Oakland A's and just replace the production of a really premier player? Obviously, much different circumstances because the A's released Jason Giambi with three marginally less players, marginally worse players, but the Eagles the Eagles won't be doing that. They'll just try to replace AJ's production for a night, which is very much different than trying to replace the production of AJ Brown for an entire season. Just ask the Tennessee Titans. We all know how that worked out. Spoiler alert, the GM that made that trade is on the unemployment line now. He's probably working at a local soup kitchen. He's probably a beggar on the sidewalk somewhere. I think his name was like John Robinson. Whatever. Anyway, yeah. So Jahan Dotson, Devontae, and Dallas are gonna really need to come up large for the Sixers, for the Sixers. Jeez, for the Eagles against the Commanders. You know why I'm thinking of the Sixers partially because of I used one of Mark Zumoff's Zooisms, but also because the Commanders owner also owns the Sixers in one Josh Harris. So hopefully the Eagles can embarrass the Sixers owner and hopefully force him to sell the Sixers to like a group of Philadelphia fans like the Green Bay Packers are, but that's wishful thinking, I guess. But yeah, another big key in this game is how, or another thing to watch in this game will be how Washington can survive with the loss of defensive tackle Jonathan Allen. Jonathan Allen's been through so many just absolutely garbage Commanders, Redskins, or Washington football teams, and the one year that they're finally good, I think he got hurt week 1 and he was out for the year, so that really sucks. So the Eagles interior offensive line should have a much easier time with a backup defensive tackle that's in there, and it should be it should be a they should have a much easier time. Anyway, I really cannot wait for this game. I'll have an Eagles Commanders quick hits episode out tomorrow, so everybody be on the lookout for that. And you know how these Eagles videos end. As always, go Birds.